Hi everyone! Welcome back. Today, we're diving into a super common and often frustrating issue you might encounter while developing smart contracts on Remix, the dreaded gas estimation failed error when you try to deploy. It can halt your progress, leaving you wondering what went wrong. But don't worry, it's usually not as scary as it sounds, and we're going to break down exactly why it happens and, more importantly, how to fix it. Let's get right into understanding this error and troubleshooting it step by step. What exactly does gas estimation failed mean? Well, before deploying your contract to a real network, Remix tries to simulate the deployment process to calculate how much gas it will consume. If this simulation encounters a problem, it can't give you an estimate, leading to this error message. It's crucial to understand that this isn't always about not having enough gas in your wallet. It often points to an underlying issue with your contract's code or how you're trying to deploy it. So, let's explore the common causes and their solutions. First, check your constructor arguments. Is your contract's constructor correctly defined? Does it require specific arguments to be passed during deployment? You need to make sure you're providing these arguments correctly in the deploy section of Remix. For instance, if your constructor expects a string, make sure you enclose it in double quotes, like my contract name. Missing or incorrectly formatted arguments are a very frequent cause of this error. Secondly, consider insufficient funds, especially if you're using an injected provider like MetaMask or a Web3 provider connected to a testnet or mainnet. While the estimation itself doesn't consume funds, the underlying network or even Remix's internal test environment might behave unpredictably if it anticipates a deployment that would fail due to lack of ETH. Ensure your connected wallet has enough test ETH, from a faucet for testnets, or actual ETH for mainnet deployments. Even on the JavaScript VM, it's good practice to ensure your virtual accounts have high balances. Next, and this is a big one, look for contract logic errors or runtime reverts within your constructor. Your contract's constructor might contain require, or assert, statements that are failing during the simulation. For example, if your constructor has require, message sender, equals address, 0, invalid deployer, and during the Remix simulation, message sender somehow evaluates to address, 0, the constructor will revert, causing the gas estimation to fail. Remix has a powerful debugger. After the gas estimation failed error appears, look for a debug button next to the failed transaction in the console. Click it to step through your constructor's execution and identify exactly where it's reverting. This is incredibly helpful for pinpointing subtle bugs. Another common fix involves compiler version mismatches or an outdated Remix cache. Ensure that the Solidity compiler version selected in Remix matches the Pragma Solidity directive in your contract file. For example, if your contract says Pragma Solidity 0.8.0, you should select a 0.8.x compiler version. Sometimes, simply refreshing your browser or clearing your browser's cache can resolve transient issues with Remix itself, as it's a web-based IDE that gets frequent updates. Finally, think about network issues if you're deploying to an external network. Is your MetaMask connected to the correct network? Is that network stable and responsive? A slow or unresponsive RPC node can sometimes prevent Remix from getting a proper gas estimate. Try switching to a different network in MetaMask and then back again, or if you're running a local development chain like Hardhat or Ganache, try restarting it. While less common for estimation, overly complex constructor logic that approaches the block gas limit could theoretically cause problems in the simulation environment. If your constructor is doing an immense amount of work, consider simplifying it or moving some initialization logic into a separate function to be called after deployment. So, the next time you encounter that gas estimation failed message, don't panic. Work through these checks, verify your constructor arguments, ensure sufficient funds for the target network, meticulously debug any constructor reverts, confirm your compiler version, and check for network stability. Most of the time, it's a straightforward fix once you know where to look. Thanks so much for watching. I truly hope this video helped you troubleshoot and solve your deployment issues. If you found this information useful, please give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tips and tutorials on smart contract development. See you in the next